So I joined the train. I'm doing a 2021 livery ranking. Let's see what I think of the new liveries. I'm gonna rank them from worst to best, and we're gonna see what my least favorite livery is and what my most favorite livery is. Don't forget to leave your opinions in the comments below. Let's start from the bottom. The worst livery, in my opinion, is the Williams livery. I just don't understand why they had to do such a strange and weird and inconsistent livery. They've had an interesting livery in 2020. I liked it. It was simple, it was plain, it was normal, it was really good. But this year's livery looks like it came straight from an F1 video game. It just looks simple, childish, uninspired. It looks like it came from a video game. I always hated the liveries from the Formula 1 video games because they are so simple, so uninspired, so basic. And that's exactly what I think of the Williams livery. I know there are some people that like it, but I just don't. Don't get me wrong, it's an interesting design. It's an interesting design that I would love to see on a t-shirt or on a phone case or whatever. But in Formula 1, the most prestigious, the most amazing sport that we have, the most amazing motorsport racing series that we have, this livery just isn't fitting in, just doesn't look like it belongs. It looks childish, simple, and boring. And adding insult to injury, the lack of sponsors makes the car look even simpler, even more basic, and I just don't like it. It's an interesting design. It's a, let's say, beautiful design, but it doesn't look good on a Formula 1 car. It just doesn't fit in, and I think it's the worst livery I've seen in 2021. And honestly, it's even worse than the 2020 livery and the 2019 livery that Williams had. Now, next up is Ferrari. I know a lot of people might like the livery. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I just don't like it. It's the green. That green just looks awful. Looks like somebody vomited on the car. It just doesn't look good. I really don't understand why they did such an awful thing to that car. When was the last time you saw a big green logo on a car? Yes, Ferrari had some Tic Tac sponsorship, and that was the green logo, but that was a beautiful logo. This is just horrible. It doesn't look good. I don't know why they had to put this logo in green on the car. I absolutely loved the black logo, because we've had the Mission Winnow logo in black in 2020 and in 2019, and it looked good. I thought it looked really good, but the green here just doesn't make any sense. I just don't get it. It just doesn't belong. It looks like it is a mistake. And adding on top of that, I don't like the numbers. I don't know why Ferrari puts such ugly numbers on these cars. I just don't get it. The 2020 numbers were horrible, and the 2021 numbers are even worse. They're just so simple and basic, and it looks like it came from a PowerPoint presentation. It looks so simple and so basic. They're horrible, and the problem is that they had such amazing numbers in 2019. I absolutely loved the 2019 numbers. Those were the best numbers that I've seen on a Formula 1 car ever. I just loved those numbers. Slanted, diagonal, they were so beautiful. They made the car 10 times faster. It was so good. And then in 2020 and 2021, they put these ugly numbers on the cars. I just don't like the Ferrari. And honestly, if that logo was black or white, I would have placed the livery maybe 5 places higher. It's a beautiful red car, and it has a really ugly green spot on it. Next up, we have Haas. Yes, It's very controversial. A lot of people hate the car, but let's not get into the political side of things. I know it's the whole Russian flag thing, but it's a beautiful livery. I think it's better than the Williams. I think it's simple, well designed. The color palette is interesting. Yes, it looks like toothpaste, but that's a different story. Yes, it looks like the Russian flag, but the color blocks, the way they put the color on that car is really good. It's simple, it's efficient, and even though I don't really like the fact that it's the Russian flag on the car because of the whole Mazepin thing and the sponsors, but anyways, let's not get into that side. Let's just discuss the livery. I think it's an okay livery. It's better than the Williams, definitely. Then we get into the liveries that I actually like. The AlphaTauri livery. It's an interesting design. It's the same color palette, but they reversed the colors around. I think it's beautiful. It looks good. The bluish navy looks really good in person. It's matte, it's beautiful, and they're trying to discover their image, to find their image, because it's a relatively new brand. It's a new team name and a new livery, and I think it's good. It's good. I made a separate video about this. You can go check it out. I'm not gonna go that in depth in here. I'm just gonna say it's an okay livery, and I think it looks good. But before we talk about that, I want to take a second and say that I have a lot more Formula 1 content about the 2021 season and a lot of new projects planned for the future, so make sure to subscribe so you won't miss a thing. Thank you. I think a lot of people hate the fact that Red Bull use the same livery over and over and over and over again. They've had the same livery since 2016, so it's a long time. I know that's a problem. I don't like this either. I think it's boring because we don't have different changes, but even if it's boring, it's a beautiful livery. I love their design. I love the matte black livery. I think it's their signature. It's their signature name, their signature livery. That's how you get iconic brands. The Ferrari with the Marlboro branding, that was iconic. The Williams in the past, that was iconic. The McLaren with the Marlboro livery, that was iconic as well. If you use the same livery over and over and over and over again, it makes it iconic. It makes it special, and it makes it stick around for a while in the history books. And I love the fact that Red Bull are consistent. And even though a lot of people were disappointed that we didn't get a new livery, I think it's their brand, it's their image, and I like how it looks, and I like their team wear and the suits, and I think it's an overall good looking car. Then we have McLaren, another one that didn't change almost at all from 2020. That was disappointing as well, but it is a beautiful livery. I love the numbers. The numbers on the McLaren are absolutely beautiful. I think it's really good. The blue is really good. We have more blue on this year's car. We have the rainbow to show support for all the movements that we have in Formula 1. It's really good. It's really beautiful. It's an orange car. It's the papaya car, and I like it. It's a beautiful livery. It's really good. I know it's the same livery from 2020, but let's be honest. Everybody loved the 2020 McLaren, right? And the 2021 McLaren is just the same. So I think it's a good livery. Then we have Mercedes. Yes, this is a controversial choice because a lot of people hate the fact that we have the AMG logo plastered all over the back of the car, repeated over and over again, but I think it looks good. It looks modern. The numbers are interesting, to say the least. I think the numbers are going to be a bit hard to see because they're really thin and they're going to be a bit hard to spot, but I love what they're doing with their livery. They incorporated the black from 2020 and a bit of the silver from their past because they are the silver arrows and they have to have some silver on that car. I think it looks good, it looks modern, and it's an interesting design. A lot of people might not like it. I've had mixed feelings about the livery, but now I'm starting to like it. And it's really decent, and I can't wait to see the car on track and to see how that car shines in the sunlight. Now we're getting to the top 3. These are very, very important. it was really hard to separate them because they are all so good, so good. These are just amazing. Some of the best liveries that we had in a while, and they're just pure awesomeness. They're just amazing. It is really hard, but in third place, I put the Alfa Romeo. I absolutely love the new colors. It's just so amazing. I don't understand how people can hate this livery. The colors are just amazing. It's a consistent color palette. We don't have any green slapped on the livery. They switched the colors around. Now we have that red on the bottom, and it looks so fast, so good. I love it. I just love it. It's really good. And I can't wait to see the car on track. And I absolutely adore the new livery. I think the 2020 livery was okay, but the 2021 livery is just amazing. Beautiful, and Ferrari should learn from their sister junior team because Alfa Romeo did an amazing job with this livery. Whomever designed this livery needs to be promoted, needs to get a raise. It's just amazing. In second place, I put Alpine. I would have placed it in first place, but I think it's just not perfect. I love the blue. The blue is really amazing. Or better said, the finish is really amazing. It has a semi-matte finish and it is really interesting. I love the finish of that blue. I think it's a great livery. It's really good, but the white, the red, and the blue are not the best combination. It's the toothpaste combination. A lot of people joke about this because it looks like a tube of toothpaste. I agree because every time we see red, white, and blue on a car, it just looks like toothpaste. But that's not gonna subtract from the fact that Alpine is the second best livery in my opinion. And for the first place, for our winner, it's Aston Martin. Yes, it has a pink on it. When I saw the pink on the car, I absolutely freaked out. I thought it was the worst car on the grid. When I saw the pink on the racing suits, I thought they were the ugliest suits on the planet. And I still think that about the suits because that pink just looks awful. But on the car, the pink looks amazing. It's not a watermelon color. A lot of people said that we would have had a watermelon look with pink and green, but that's not true. It's an amazing livery. I absolutely love the green. I absolutely love the pink accents. It's a livery that's gonna go down in history. I think it's amazing. It's good. I would have loved it even more without the pink, but nevertheless, it's good. It's awesome. It's simple and clean. And I just love it. I don't know why more teams don't go for the same route. It's an amazing livery and it's our winner. Yeah, so this is my ranking. This is how I rank the 2021 liveries. It's an incredible field. I can't wait to see it on track. It looks good, it looks beautiful, and even though we have some pretty weird liveries, I think it's really good and it's gonna look amazing. So yeah, that was it. Stay safe and happy race watching.